Well, hi, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Step Chat here, coming at you from the Fortress of Solitude outside Seattle, Washington. For those of you that I've not had the pleasure yet of meeting, my name is Stephen Jones. I am the executive director of Float, of Aloft, of Fulcrum, and pretty much the founder of the Floativerse. And with that being said, I want to welcome each and every one of you to my weekly update on the world of Orange. So good to see you all. Thank you very much for being here. We have a lot of content to cover tonight. We really, really do. And I think for those of you that were with us last week, you know that we had a bit of a problem with with our our slideshow situation. And so I am happy to share with you that I think literally like 5 minutes after, not even 5 minutes after I got off there, I'm pretty sure I figured out what went wrong. So there we go. So hopefully tonight we won't have the same problem that we've had before. And again, once we are broadcasting both on Facebook and on Instagram. So to everybody out there in the metaverse, hi, good to see you all. Speaking of which, Catherine Coleman, good to see you. Thank you very much for being here. Dina, always a pleasure to have you here. And yes, tonight is the first night of Hanukkah. So for those of you celebrating, happy Hanukkah to you. Adriana, I hope you're feeling well in your recovery, my dear. Jenny Munar, good to see you, my dear. Good to have you with us. Angela, Jenny, of course, one of our fabulous crew members at Float. Greg Aragoni, one of our fabulous crew members and instructors at Float this year. Adriana, one of our designers at Float this year. Thank you very much. Over on the Instagram side of things, give it up to Premier Balloon Imports. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. Appreciate having you here. Another one of our great sponsors, Joette Giardina. Thank you very much for being here with Balloon Coach over on the Facebook side of things. So good to see you all. I still can't believe, to be honest with you, that the show started on time because I was scrambling to get ready tonight. I was really afraid at one point I was going to have to message everybody and say, look, the show's going to be at half an hour late, but I was very happy that it made it. So there we go. Well, hello there, everybody. Well, we got a bunch of people jumping in on Instagram all of a sudden. Hi Float, our friends at Hi Float jumping in. Thank you very much for being here. Aiden, is that you over there on Instagram or on Instagram watching? My balloons. That's Is that Liliana? Is that who that is? I can't recall exactly on Instagram. Boom Balloon California. Boom Balloon Canada. Good to see you. And I know who you are. And I haven't got the name connected to the business yet. But there you go. Good to see you. And Smith's Mom Party Supply HQ. Thank you so much for being here. We're glad to have you. Thank you very much. We do this every Sunday night. This is just recently that we've been doing them simulcast on Instagram as well, because somebody finally decided to get into the 21st century and work some stuff out. So there we go. There we go. Events by Rosalind. Good to see you on Instagram. Thank you so much. Yes, My Balloons was Liliana. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. One of our fabulous fashion designers coming to Float this year. Back again to Facebook. Ronise, good to see you. Thank you so much. And Rebecca Cross from Mingle Balloon Co., one of our great sponsors. Thank you very much for being here. Appreciate you. All right. Yeah, I can't believe I got done in time for the show because this was nuts. I was so far behind on slide stuff, and I've had a very productive morning. We had a very emotional morning with balloon designers today. If you haven't seen our feed, we walked in this morning to one of our regular venues to do an event setup, and A to the L to the EXA and I, we both like to go to this particular venue very, 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 very early in the morning because number one, they have it's like a private members only private club, and it's a hotel at the same time. It's like a fitness center hotel kind of thing. So they're open 24 hours, so we can go in anytime. And getting parking in the middle of downtown Seattle is not always the easiest thing to do. But at 5:30 in the morning, pretty safe bet. And we walked in and we're just gobsmacked. The bellman. Well, I don't even know what his name is. I don't know if you call him doorman. I don't know if you call him bellman. I don't know if you call him steward. But our dear friend Charles apparently was very suddenly taken from us this week. And for A, the L to the EXA and I. And we were very sad about it. In fact, I've teared up a few times today. He's just a great guy. And what makes me even more mad about this whole thing, he was weeks away from retirement. Murphy, we're not going to do this tonight. We're not doing this. Sorry, my dog. Um, so literally weeks away from retirement. And it broke my heart. It broke A to the L to the EXA's heart and everything else. So yeah, it really awful. So we've been kind of very emotional most of the day. In fact, it's very rare that she will. We got back from the job. It was about 6:30, 6:45 when we got back, and she's just like, I'm going home, which is so unlike her. So she was very messed up, very upset. So there you go. But holy cow, like everybody's, you can tell we're getting closer and closer to float because we're getting lots more people joining in. Thank you, Rosalind. Appreciate that over on Instagram. Cheryl Skorick, one of our fabulous crew members. Thank you for joining us on Facebook. Nicole Calloway, always a pleasure to see you. Thank you very much. Mr. Phil Whitehead, our Director of Security. Thank you, sir. Miss Stephanie, always a pleasure. Ingrid, one of our newbies coming to float. Good to see you. Another one of our fabulous instructors, Ariel Rush, joining us tonight on Facebook. Thank you. Juana Jimenez, one of our fabulous dress designers coming to float. And LaDonna Williams saying a big shout out to Murphy. So there you go. At some point, I will bring him up on screen. But you know what? He's actually calm right now. Maybe I can do this. Hello, Murphy. Say hi. Not to me. Say hi to them. Okay, that's fine. Everybody, Murphy, everybody. There we go. Good to see you all. Thank you very much. Yep. Is that good? You good? You good? Okay. He wants to show everybody his dirty chin. Great. Okay, fantastic. There we go. Okay. There we go. Michelle, hello. Good to see you. Leanne Salazar, good to see you from Colorado. Melody, good to see you. Murphy says hi. Jenny says Murphy says hello. There you go. Yes, Murphy gets all the hearts. I get like nothing. I get like poop emojis, and he gets the hearts. But that's fine because I've learned my place a long time ago in this whole thing. Yeah, it's yeah, it was a rough morning, but we'll be fine. There you go. Oh, Snap Balloons over on. Oh dear God, I know your name too. Claudia Kang. Am I right? Did I get that right? Oh snap! Excited to hear the new updates. First time coming to float. We can't wait to have you. And by the way, again, for everybody here, remember, for those of you that I have not had the pleasure yet of meeting, if I'm not running around with my head cut off, which I hope not to be doing very often, and I don't know you, please, dear God, feel free to stop me and say hi and say hello. So there we go. Hey, I got it, Claudia. Very good. Because I just made your badge a couple days ago. There we go. Yay. Okay. And there we go. Pia Guadalupe, good to see you, our director of the fashion show. Lisa McIntyre. Hi, Steve and Murphy, about to board my flight. Fantastic. Yes, Lisa's on her way back home. By the way, we have a special update about that later on that I just realized talking here. I don't have a slide for, so we'll have to point that up at the end. Okay. So I do want to remind everybody once again that we got a lot of content to get to tonight. So 37. Thank you, Phil. 37. Sandy Presley, one of our fabulous crew members coming to float. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Yeah, we've got stuff to talk about tonight, and why don't we get to it? So let's get to our screen sharing function. And like I said, hopefully I have fixed the problem that we had last time. And if it doesn't work, I know what the problem is, and I know what I'll have to do. Oh, wait, I don't know if I can do that. Hold on. Well, we seem to be working on one. Yay, it's working tonight. All right, fantastic. Yay. So let's get to this here. Let's get to that. There we go. Make sure everything's working right. There we go. Carlos from OFX. Good to see you, sir. Thank you so much for joining us. One of our fabulous vendors coming to float for the very first time. So there we go. Okay. There we have it. We are functioning and we are rocking and rolling. Yay. Okay. So let's get to our slideshow, everybody. We have a lot of stuff to get to tonight. We are 42 days away from the start of Float 2026. 42 days away. We are less than a month and a half from float. And again, I think I get there, ironically enough, folks, in 37 days. So yes, that's we got a lot going on and we are very excited and we've got a lot of stuff for you tonight. So keep in mind, if you have not yet signed up for float, there's still time. You can still do it. We're going to cover a whole bunch of content tonight. So if you haven't gotten your registration yet, tonight's a good night for you to be here because we're going to go over a lot of really important content for you that you would need to know. Okay, and speaking of which, let's talk about it. With 40-something days left to go, 42 days left to go, there are lots of upcoming, 37 people. We are lots and lots of upcoming deadlines and dates that you need to know about. So with that being said, let's kick things off. First of all, tomorrow, there are 2 very important deadlines tomorrow. Okay. The first of which is our illustrious, popular, VIP, bulk rated flotation pass. These officially close tomorrow. I got a message about 5 minutes before I went live. Oh my God. Can you please let me buy it tomorrow? I said, sure. Because they actually close tomorrow. They don't close today. They close tomorrow. You have until tomorrow to get the flotation pass. Now, I know that some of you might be saying to yourself right now, well, what exactly does that entail? Oh, wow. There you go. Okay. So with that being said, let's talk about it. First of all, the flotation pass provides you with unlimited come and go access to 8 master classes and 4 bonus classes. These are the added value classes that are taking place at Float. So these are the classes that are not included in the cost of your registration. Okay. Remember, at Float, your registration gets you access to all the 52 of the general classes. These are added value classes. These are optional, pay extra classes. But the flotation pass gets you access to all of them, and it gets you come and go access to all of them, which means you can walk into, say, Edward's class, say, wow, I can't handle this guy's energy. I need to do something else. So you get up and you go into Brianna's class. And then Brianna, then you're like, you know what? This is fantastic too, but they're making a lot of noise over there in Edward's class. I want to go see what's going on again. So you jump back. You can do that with come and go access. Okay. And that provides you that same kind of thing with everything else. So, folks, Miss Stephanie, flotation, how many passes so far? As of before we went live, there were 22 flotation passes currently sold. Something came in literally as I was going live, so I don't know what it was. I do know it was on the added value page. Could be a flotation pass, could be a master class, could be a bonus class. I don't know. So there we go. So yes, it gets you access to all of these classes and more. Okay. Plus, you get all of the notes for all of these classes. So some of you might be saying to yourself, well, if I'm really involved and engaged in a class, I can't go to both. You're right, you can't. But guess what? You get all the notes from all of the master classes and all of the bonus classes in one spiral bound, color printed flotation folio. And that'll be waiting for you as part of your registration with the flotation pass. Okay. Also included with the flotation pass, 3 buffet lunches that will be taking place on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday during float. And with those buffet classes or buffet lunches, 3 30-minute flash classes provided by our friends at Gemar, Anagram, and Sempertex. The reason why you're looking at Bubblegum Balloons' photo is because of our sponsors. They're the only ones that have committed me content and talent at this point. Yes, I'm aware that several of you have reached out to me and said, well, who are the other classes? That's a great question. I've been getting ghosted. So maybe you can ask Vitalik and Gemar who's teaching. And you can help me out and get a little pressure there. I'd appreciate it. But yes, so we have 3 buffet lunches and 3 30-minute flash classes. And we know that our friends at Bubblegum Balloons from the UK are going to be teaching social media. So there you go. So for some of you, that's like, holy crap, that's worth the flotation pass right there. Could be. So 3 lunches, 3 30-minute flash classes just for you as part of the flotation program. You also will receive one complimentary session of corporate headshot photography with our friend Mike Nakamura. Mike is actually one of Microsoft's lead photographers. He is a subcontracted individual who gets flown around the world to take pictures for Microsoft. In fact, back when Microsoft had their stores, their retail stores, he was flown to every retail store's grand opening. So there you go. Mike is going to be offering headshots. And if you are a flotation pass holder, those headshots are free for you. These will be scheduled on Wednesday, January 28th. That also happens to be the day that a lot of you are going to be getting dressed up for the gala. Coincidence, you may ask? Now, don't worry, if you're not a flotation pass holder, you can buy access to this, but that's another conversation for another day. Well, what do you know? It's Arturo Castro over on Instagram. Hello there, sir. Good to see you. One of our fabulous instructors coming to float. And on the other side of things, Nate Shala, good to see you on Facebook. Thank you very much for being here. We also want to remind you that with the flotation pass, you will receive 48-hour head start. Let's try that again. You will receive a 48-hour head start to sign up for your general classes at Float. This essentially means that you are guaranteed to get the classes you want to take. Now, I know what some of you are thinking, and we're going to talk about this a little later on with Aloft. You're like, yeah, but Aloft gets 24-hour access. And that's true. But you know what? No, I'm going to say it now. There are almost 300 members of Aloft and more growing, because about 20 minutes before I went live, we got another member. So there's about 300 members of Aloft. Now, they're not all coming to Float, but a lot of them are. So yes, being an Aloft member does mean that you've got a better chance of getting your classes, but it's not a guarantee. Because there may be the biggest classroom we have at Float is 200 people. 300 Aloft members, I would estimate at least 200 are probably coming to Float. Just something to think about as I club the microphone. There we go. So let's see here. Ryan Farewell, my competition director, watching over on Instagram. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Linda Hurskod on Facebook. You know what? Playing with your granddaughter is a great excuse for being late. Thank you very much. So that's another benefit of the flotation pass. You also get early access to the vendor showcase on Sunday, January 25th. The vendor showcase opens at 11 a.m., but for our flotation pass holders and, yes, our Aloft members, you will get 2-hour head start. God, why do I sound like a caveman tonight? You will get a 2-hour head start, which means the vendor showcase opens for you at 9 a.m., which means you're not fighting the crowds. You're not this and that. You got nice little kind of a casual start before the rest of the masses come in. That is a huge benefit just for you. You also get 2 reserved seats at the Designer Awards Gala. There is no reserved seating at the gala. It's open seating unless you've either A, booked a table, right? Or you're a member of Aloft or of Flotation. With Aloft, you get 1 seat, and that's your own. But with Flotation, you get to reserve 2 seats. So it's either yourself and your date, yourself and your spouse, yourself and your new friend, whatever you want to do. And a newly added addition, you get early access to the Float orange carpet, where you get to go and get your pictures taken before, again, the crowds get in, rush and push and everything else. So much, much better for that. So that'll be going on as well. And that's not an Aloft benefit. That is just exclusively Flotation, the early access to the orange carpet. You also get 6 drink tickets for use for the Sunday, Monday, and Wednesday evening events, and a surprise gift from us at Float. And that's not all. We've got a couple surprises coming your way as part of the program. So, God bless it, dog. Sorry, I just didn't mean to hit you guys. Sorry about that. So, yeah. Hola, Marimi. Will you be sending a schedule of all these things happening? Schedule's already on the website. You can get that now. So there you go. Floatconvention.com. Now, I will say, though, I did find out one thing, and I found out that the it doesn't have the absolute latest version, but 95% of what's on there now is correct. I was informed yesterday that apparently the web guys missed the new updated version, but I can't get that fixed till tomorrow. But that's all on the website now. That's all there. So there you go. But that's a good question. Okay, so flotation passes officially close tomorrow. Okay, again, we don't have a limit. We can sell as many of them as we want to, but we got a deadline because there's certain elements of ordering things and everything else we have to do in order to make sure that we get them in time. So there you go. Dina, thank you so much for that. Unfortunately, Dina made that post on the Facebook page, and our question was from the Instagram feed, so that's okay. But Dina shared with us, it's floatconvention.com/activities-schedule. So there you go. Well, thank you. I'm a first timer. That's okay. You know what? Everybody's got to be a first timer. So I'm just glad you're here. Thank you very much for joining me tonight. Okay. Okay. Now, this takes me to the unpleasant side of tomorrow's deadline. And the reason I say that is because literally one just came in. So tomorrow is the deadline to cancel your registration and still get a partial refund from Float. So if for some reason you can no longer, oh my God, Dina, I love you. Dina went out on Instagram and made the same post. Thank you, Dina. That's great. If for some reason you cannot attend Float and you need to cancel, you are entitled to a refund of the money you paid out minus a $100 cancellation fee and the $9 Planet Reg service charge. Okay. That's for the general registration. If you bought anything else, if you purchased added value classes, if you bought a flotation pass or master classes or a bonus class, those will be almost fully refunded to you. We will be keeping the transaction charge from PayPal because we're not going to lose money in that regard with you canceling. But like if it's a $500 purchase and it's a $20 service charge, you'll get $480 back, that kind of a thing. Because when we refund the money back to you, we don't get that money back. That money's gone. So there's that. But that deadline is tomorrow. Now remember, we don't need a reason. We just need a request. We do not need a reason. You don't have to justify why you're not coming to Float. All you got to say is, Steve, I can't come. Please cancel me. That's it. The reason for this is because after tomorrow, it doesn't matter what your reason is. There are no refunds, period. Okay? I cannot say this more clearly. After tomorrow, it doesn't matter what the reason is. And believe me, like I said, I joke about this all the time, but it's absolutely true. The emails I get between now and tomorrow, well, up until now and through tomorrow, will be very short. They'll be very brief. Hey, Steve, I'm sorry I can't come. Can you please cancel me? Yep. Starting on December 15th or 16th, the emails that I'm going to get are epic novels. I'm going to get epic novels from people with all the reasons why they can't come and why I need to give them their money back anyway. What you guys have to understand is that starting on Tuesday, we got to start paying money out to people, which means that money's gone. It also means we don't allow rollovers and we're not allowing transfers. Stop it. So you cannot, in other words, you cannot cancel and say, okay, well, that's good. Then I'll just come next year. No, that's not how it works. Again, your money is spent at this point. Well, you know what? I'll just sell it to somebody else and let them come. No, you won't, because too many people in the past have abused this purchase. We used to allow this. Too many people in the past have used it. Then I have people calling me, screaming and yelling at me over crap that I had nothing to do with. So the bottom line is, nope, we don't allow it, and that's all there is to it. So if you can't make it, you got to let me know by tomorrow. Again, you're not going to get any grief from me. Now, there is one thing I do want to say, though, and that's to some of you. If you were one of those folks who registered like with the returning discount rate, it's not a bad idea to consider leaving it because you don't really get that much money back. And it keeps your place in line so that the next time the convention comes around, you still qualify for that returning rate. You get your tote bag and stuff mailed to you. Um, there's some benefits to it, really. I know you're looking at it going, well, yeah, but it's $375. Well, that's true, but you spent that back in March. The way I look at it, well, that money's gone, so maybe it's worth it to keep it. And there you go. And believe it or not, we've had some of the reasons why some of the people are the most angry about doing this is that God, here we go. People are watching live apparently. What was I just about to say? Oh, well, it's gone. Whatever. Oh, one of the biggest reasons that people are mad about one of the benefits they lose is the Float Forum, our private Facebook group. If you cancel your registration, you're out of the forum. And I've had people actually say that's the one thing I'm the most mad about. So there you go. Rebecca Cross, does that apply to vendor booths also? No, the vendor cancellation deadline has long passed. That's on the forms and everything that, yeah, I'm pretty sure that was actually, you know what? I don't know for sure. I have to double check on that. Rebecca, I will, if there's there an issue? But I think, yeah, I can't remember that. That's a good point. And I can't do it with the screen sharing going. So I'll tell you what, we'll come back to that. We'll circle back to this. But I know that, well, I mean, the vendor booth cancellation policy was 50% at one point. But I think that was up until October 1st or something like that. But I don't remember. We'll have to take a look. We'll see what's going on. If you have your vendor packet handy, it's probably in there. If it's not in there, okay. It would be on the vendor registration site. So we'll have to go back and take a look at that. But yeah, but that's a good question. Okay. So again, there we go. Okay. Keep that all in mind. The next deadline that's coming up are the Floaty Awards, the registration fees. So you have until December 21st, which is a week from today, to get your fees and submissions in at the $5 per entry rate. The $3 rate is gone. The $3 rate is over. Okay. So that ended last week. So now we're up to $5 and you have another week to go where it's only going to cost you $5 to submit your Floaty Award entries. After that, as you can see, then we go to the next deadline, which is December 31st. That's the very last day for all of it. That's where all the photos have to be turned in and the final fees of $7 an entry. Now, some of you are wondering, why do we do this? Why is it, what's up with these different prices? In the past, for those of you that are unaware, the Floaty Awards are a photo submission contest. And in the past, we would literally receive as many as 600 photos in a day. 600 photos in a day. That's a lot of damn pictures that could have been sent weeks before. And so that's why we came up with this tiered system. So the rule is that if you pay in the $3 fee, then you had 24 hours to send them in before they were now bumped to $5. Okay. So keep that in mind. You need to make sure that your photos are ready to send after you've made your payment. You make your payment through the Orange Store at floatconvention.com/orange store, and you email the photos to info@floatconvention.com. But remember, you need to review the rules first on the competition page on the website. Many of you are not doing this. And I know, and Aphrodite is actually going to start, my niece who works with me, she is going to start going through the Floaty Award photos very soon. And I promise you, you're going to start getting emails back if you don't label them right. LaDonna, I never got the link to submit my pictures before the increase. You didn't read the rules. You got to read the rules. It's in the rules on the website. Okay. So go to the website, go to the competition page, floatconvention.com, go to the competition page, review the rules, and get them in immediately. Okay. So there you go. Those are your next steps. Lots Poco Loco over on Instagram. Good to see you, Leslie. Thank you very much for being here tonight. Okay. But LaDonna, don't feel bad because you are not the only person. Trust me, you're not alone. It's been happening a lot. Guys, you gotta read the rules. Gotta read the rules. Okay. Target. This is tentative. This is tentative. It is our hope that the Float app will be available for you to download on January 1st, but we received notification the other day from the developer company that this could be slightly delayed because of the holidays. So with that being said, we are still shooting for a January 1st date, but we cannot promise at this point. So please keep in mind, we're doing the best we can, but there you go. This year, Float is using an app instead of the convention guide. Okay. So there we have that. Exciting news. So much work still to do on that. That's all I got to say. All right. January 2nd is another big, big day in the Floativerse because all of the discounts are pretty much done on January 2nd. The biggest one, the most significant discount that is gone is the international discount. Right now, international delegates, including those from Alaska and Hawaii, can register for Float at only $575. This is because I know what a pain in the butt it is to travel internationally. And yes, believe it or not, from Alaska and Hawaii, it's just about as bad. So with that being said, it is currently $220 cheaper to attend Float if you are from another country or Alaska and Hawaii. That discount ends on January 2nd. That is the last day to get the discount. Wendy, I see your question. We're getting to that. Hang tight. So this is it. Last chance for the international rate is January 2nd. No exceptions. If you miss this rate, you're going to miss out big time because I'm about to get to that in a second too. All other discounted rates are gone on January 2nd. What does this mean? Well, the current price for Float for U.S. domestic attendees is $795 for the full pass, for the full class pass. That will increase to $8. God damn it. Keep hitting the mic. Sorry, guys. That will increase to $895. The international rate will increase to $895. That means that is a $320 difference. The flotation, or sorry, the foundational training, the beginner training closes on the 2nd. We're not taking anybody else after that. Okay. The Float Jam Pass is going to increase by $100 to $495, and the weekend pass will increase $100 to $395. So, folks, you need to take advantage of these discounted prices before they expire on January 2nd. Leslie, hang tight. I'm going to get to that in the presentation. All right. So, with that being said, let's keep things moving. Your last day to secure a discounted hotel room at the Grand Sierra Resort and Casino, the home of Float 26, is January 5th. I can't do a damn thing for you if you miss this deadline. Trust me when I tell you this. Hotels love to cash in on people that don't make deadlines. There's nothing I can do about this. I promise you. Your absolute last day to get a discounted room at the Grand Sierra Hotel for Float is January 5th. Remember, use the link in your emails that you get from us at Float to book those dates. You don't need a code. You just need the link that's in the email. I also need to remind each and every one of you that if you want to take advantage of Aloft streaming member benefits at Float, the last day to join Aloft and qualify for the discounts is also the 5th. Okay. So you must join Aloft by the 5th in order to get your benefits, including early access to registration and everything else, the reason for this is very, very simple. Okay. What is the name of the hotel? I actually, JC Party Balloons. ¿Cómo se llama el hotel? I actually just said Grand Sierra Resort and Casino. If I'm correct, isn't that what's the name of the hotel? If I'm right, there we go. I believe that's what it says. So yes, Grand Sierra Resort and Hotel. Okay, Nicole, good to see you. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Yes, so if you want to take advantage of early access to registration, if you want to take advantage of early access to the vendor showcase, if you want benefit merch discounts at Float, if you want all the other benefits that come along with the Loft streaming and get access to some incredible content, the last day to do it is the 5th. You can join a Loft at Float. You can, but you're not going to get the benefits at Float. And the reason for this is simple. We're not going to have people join at Float and then file a grievance 3 days later. Okay? There you go. Nicole, yes, we call it GSR, but I get the feeling that I believe the individual is speaking Spanish. And so it might be better that way. But yes, it's the Grand Sierra Resort and Casino. So there we go. And thank you, Leslie, for that. Marry Me, we're going to come to that here in a little bit. So hang tight for me on Instagram. Wow, so much interaction today. I love it. 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 All right. So there we go. More stuff coming at you, folks. The last day to pre-enroll in all added value classes at Float is also January 5th. Some of you have reached out to me today and said, if I don't want the flotation pass, do I have to sign up for master classes by tomorrow? No, but you must sign up for them by January 5th if you want the discounted prices. Right now, master classes are $99 each. And they're $99 each, and the bonus classes are $25 each. Okay. If you wait to the convention, or if you wait till, well, first of all, we won't take any advanced enrollment from January 6th until the registration desk opens. We're not doing it anymore. We have too much to do to get ready for this event. Okay. If you wait till the convention, it's going to be $125 and $35 respectively. So the prices will go up if you want to take stuff at the event. Okay. It's that simple. Ranice, that's a very odd question to ask. You're saying which benefits are the best, flotation pass or loft? Obviously we're talking two different price points, completely different price points. If you look at the value of the flotation pass benefits are worth about $1,300 and you're getting them for $895. A loft, you can get a loft benefits for as low as $80, but you don't get as much. Right? You don't get the lunches. You don't get the headshots. You don't get all the other stuff. But we're going to go into the coverage of a loft benefits next week. So there we go. Because we have a lot of stuff we got to do tonight. Okay. Because we're still not done with the calendar yet. All right. Now getting to the other question that was asked over on Instagram. Enrollment. If you are a flotation pass holder, you will start enrolling for classes on Wednesday, January 7th. Again, 2 complete days away from ahead of everybody else. Okay. Then if you are a loft member, you will get benefit. You'll get to enroll starting on Thursday, January 8th for your general classes. And finally, for those of you that are just coming to Float and you're holding on for dear life, you get to register for classes starting on Float Friday, which is Friday, January 9th. Okay. Very excited about all of this. Now, remember, if you are a foundation member, if you are a foundational attendee, you will not be enrolling in classes. We'll be taking care of that for you. Okay, it's that simple. All right. So those are the dates you need to know. You will not be quizzed on this later. I do need to remind everybody once again that we still need your headshots sent to Float. For those of you that have headshots already, even if it's just a selfie in the car, Okay. Look at Betsy's picture there. It's literally a selfie behind the wheel. That's all we need. We need it for your security badge at Float. And no, these are not the security badges. What these are is your social media content that we're using to send you with your headshot. So since you've taken the time to send us your headshots, we're sending these to you back so that you can use to promote yourself on social media. Okay. So we need these headshots. You need to email them to steve@floatconvention.com. As of right now, we've only received about a third of the headshots. This is going to snowball, people. We're going to no. And remember, if you don't send your headshot in advance, you may have to wait as long as 2 hours at Float to get your badge. I can't stress this enough. You don't want to be one of these people because there's going to be some people at Float that are absolutely not going to listen. And then they're going to get stuck waiting to get a badge. And they're going to be mad because they can't go into anything. The way Float works this year, we have separate spaces. In the past, like there were open hallways and everything where everybody could hang out. All of that hangout stuff is behind security doors now. So you can't do anything at Float without a badge, period. So people are going to show up and they're going to be standing there going, where the hell's my badge? Well, you didn't do this. There you go. What's the deadline for headshots? As soon as possible. Please don't wait on this. Please email them to me. If you have a headshot now, send it in. Trust me on this one. I can't beg enough people to do this. I sent out in the last 24 hours, I've contacted almost 100 individual email holders. Hey, I need your badges. Or I need photos for your badges. And I've gotten 3 pictures. Now, yes, it's Saturday and Sunday. Okay. But right now we're only getting about a 10% return on these anyway. We can't get ready in time. So if you don't send your headshots in before I get on that plane, you're looking at hours of delay at the convention. So do yourself a favor, get me your headshot. And again, it can literally just be a selfie. It doesn't need to be anything formal. Okay? It just needs to be anything. Do you need a headshot if you have a weekend pass? Yes, you do. Yes, you do, Miss Stephanie. Weekend passes are, in fact, I would argue that the weekend pass holders need them more than just about anybody else. The reason for this is because there have been issues at other events of badge swapping. Thank you, Lisa Weber. I appreciate that. There's been other conventions complaining of badge swapping, where people are literally like bringing 3 friends to the convention, and then they go in, they go do something, then they hand the badge off to somebody else. They go in, do something, then they come back out, they hand it off to another person. We're not tolerating that. So pass holders everybody needs to have it. Dina, I think I got yours. I just got an email from you. I think I have yours though. I think you're done. I'll go back and double check, but I'm pretty sure you're done. But thank you. Appreciate that. Miss Stephanie, that's a very good question, by the way. Thank you so much. Okay. So yes, thank you, Leslie. Everyone needs a headshot for their badge. Thank you very much. That goes for me too. So there you go. Do want to remind you a little bit about some of the tips and tricks we've asked for this. Please send us a bus shot. Please, dear God, try not to send me a full body picture, because then your head is end up like this big and it's awful and we can't use it. Please submit a recent photo. I know we all looked better 10 years ago. We did, relatively speaking. So please send a new recent photo. Please, no hats, no sunglasses, anything that'll obstruct the view of your head or face. The exception to this, obviously, is religious headgear or garb. But other than that, please don't send me a photo with your float hat on. Please don't have really dark tinted glasses on. Please do not. I got one at the. By the way, I think the sexiest photos of a woman ever are when like half her face is hidden with her hair. That just does it to me every time. But that doesn't work for your badge. Okay. So please don't. And we've had people like peekabooing out behind balloons, like, oh, but like their face is covered. And yeah, no filters, no AI enhancement, and please, dear God, no avatars. We've actually had people sending us cartoon images of themselves. That doesn't work for a security badge, people. Not going to work. So there you go. So please just keep that in mind. Appreciate the hell out of it. Thank you very much. Okay. Also want to remind everybody that when you're lining up for to check in at registration, want to remind everybody about this again. And we're going to keep reminding everybody because this is going to come up every time. You line up by your first name. We have two different counters, first name. Okay. You line up by your first name, not your last name. A lot of people have multiple surnames and they forget which one they used. And then we actually have people yelling and getting angry and everything else. So there you go. Alondra, one of them is me. I'll send it. That's okay, Alondra. It's all right. I promise you, sending it now, I'll make me very happy. So thank you. Appreciate that. So yeah, there we go. All right. Just a reminder for everybody there. Also want to remind everybody, it's not up yet, but very, very soon, we, our friends at Toy World actually are going to be providing us our teddy bears this year for the Teddy Bear Chore Drive. So you can either bring a teddy bear or plush animal with you to float, a brand new or gently used plush animal to float. Or if you don't want to pack one, you don't want to bring it with you, we'll be selling them on the float website for just $5. And those will be, yeah, there you go. So sorry, I'm distracted by the emails coming in. So yeah, you can either buy them in advance and just buy them to the Orange store, which they're not there yet, but they'll be there soon. Or you can bring them with you. We'll be turning them in this year on Monday, not at opening night. We'll bring them on Monday, and we'll explain why very, very shortly. It'll all make perfect sense. Info at floatconvention.com. No. You talking about headshots, Miss Stephanie? Did you see the meme? I love teasing her. It's send the headshots to Steve at floatconvention.com. Info is Aphrodite. She's not printing headshots. That would be me. Steve at floatconvention.com. There we go. So all of these teddy bears will be collected and donated to to local children's hospitals and victim shelters. And they'll all be taken care of by our friends at Shine for Isla. So thank you all so much for that. We look forward to it. We'll have more details on that soon. Marivelle. Okay, so that I wondered if that was you. It's Marivelle. There we go. Thank you very much for sending that in. Am I correct also? Is your husband coming with you or an employee coming with you? I'll need that one too. If I haven't seen, I just saw the name come up in the email. I didn't see how many photos or anything was there. So there we go. So we're looking forward to that. And again, remember, it doesn't have to be a teddy bear. The last couple of times I've brought different Pacific Northwest animals. I brought an orca one time. I brought an otter one time. It can be anything. It could be anything. And again, it doesn't have to be brand new. You can bring a used one. Just please, it needs to be very gently used. Like sitting on a shelf, kind of a bear or something like that would be great. But other than that, there you go. We do want to remind everybody that there are some limited sponsorships left for Float. So if you're looking to present some stuff at the convention, if you're looking to get your products in front of people and you want to do it through the events and sponsorships, we do have some still available for you. I sent him in there also. Thank you. Thank you so very much for that. Appreciate that. And Miss Stephanie, thank you very much for that as well. By the way, I don't know that I have yours. I have to look again. Let's see. We do want to talk about a couple of recent new sponsors, by the way, that are coming to Float. We want to give our big round of applause to our friends once again at Roca Fun Factory. Roca Fun Factory sponsored the last spot on the t-shirts. So the event t-shirts are completely sponsored at this point. Thank you to our friends at Roca Fun Factory for that. And our friends at Balloons Everywhere. Coming currently as a digital sponsor. However, they are still debating, and it's my understanding that they're looking at either a booth or some other level of sponsorship. So we're excited to have them joining us as well. Where are all these bears going from Reno? And Laurel, would a handmade plush be okay? let's double back on these when I get through the rest of the thing. So Laurel and Nicole, I will be happy to get those for you. Okay, so hold on tight for those. Okay, so our friends at Balloons Everywhere, first time ever involved in Float. Very excited about that. We also want to remind everybody that the vendor showcase, the big vendor showcase we've never had more vendors in it than ever before. Our latest new vendor coming is our friends at Loftus International out of Salt Lake City. We want to give a big round of applause to them. It's my understanding that we will be having a couple more announcements later this week for the vendor showcase. I'm really excited about that. But I can't say anything until the deals are done. So there you go. Sorry, guys. But once again, I do want to remind you that if you have a product or service that you want to get in front of the largest balloon convention in the United States and possibly the world, you might want to consider getting a booth at Float. We still have plenty of room available. And so if you're interested, by all means, reach out to me or visit floatconvention.com. Check out the vendor page. You can see the floor plan for yourself. Lisa McIntyre, have a safe flight. There you go. Thank you. There we go. All right. I do want to remind everybody once again, Mario, thank you for sending that over. Thank you very much for the headshot. Just want to remind everybody once again that we were able to convince the spa at the hotel at the GSR to bring their hairstylist in for Wednesday night for the gala. So please call the hotel, book your reservation with the spa to get someone to do your hair for the big night. Okay. And speaking of beauty and looks and all that fun stuff, nobody wants to stand out in the wrong way at Float, right? So let's talk about Float Couture. In other words, what should you wear coming to Float? All right. No, you are not required to wear latex. There will be some people wearing latex at Float, but that doesn't have to be you. Nope, this is the section many of you have been waiting for. This is where we're going to talk about our themes. We're going to talk about stuff, especially if you've never been to Float before. These are all things you need to know about how to dress and everything else. Now, there was a question earlier that I said we're going to wait on it, and here's the time. So, what's the temperature like in Reno? Well, folks, there's really two temperatures. There's the outside temperature, which ranges between 40 degrees and probably 50 degrees on average, which for those of you that were in Chicago is a hell of a lot better than what we dealt with there, except for the last convention when it was actually 70 degrees for 2 days. I was in heaven. I was sweating. But inside the building, 72 degrees. So there you go. But there you go. Okay. Look at all the women on Instagram are going nuts. Oh my God, I've been waiting for this. Yes, all of you. I love it. There you go. Okay. So let's start out with Classroom Couture. Let's start out with that, everybody. So at Float, everyone is expected pretty much just to be business casual. What I would recommend is wear whatever you would normally wear to work in your own day-to-day business. If you normally just wear t-shirts and jeans, you're welcome to come in t-shirts and jeans. If you wear a polo, like a corporate kind of polo, and just, again, jeans or khakis, you're more than welcome to come in that. If you want to come in a jacket and tie, you're welcome to come in that as well. But most people will be dressed very casually. They'll have some kind of branding on to show off who they are, and they'll probably be in tennis shoes and jeans. Also, remember, if you plan on doing any work at the event, if you're going to be working on decor or anything like that, you want to make sure that you're comfortable as well, because you're going to be on the floor, you're going to be up on, blowing things up, you're going to be handling things, and you want all that nice and comfy just for you. We also recommend that you bring a sweater or light jacket. Okay. Something that opens in the front that you can slip on and off easily. Hotels historically can be chilly at times. I don't recall really experiencing that at the GSR, and I've been there multiple times now, but it's always possible. So yes, there you go. I would strongly recommend bringing some kind of zip up or button down jacket or sweater or light throw over. Okay, something you don't necessarily have to put on over your head, right? Just in case you get chilly. That's something I highly recommend. Now let's talk about opening night. The first, well, the major event, the first major event of the convention for socialization, what have you, is Float's opening night. This year's theme is entering a whole new dimension. We do want to remind everybody that the doors will open at 7 p.m. because Mia Asano starts performing at 7:30. She performs from 7:30 to 8. If you have not seen Mia Asano, I highly recommend that you check her out on Instagram. She can be found at Mia Asano Music. Okay. She's amazing. She's like 5 foot nothing and a powerhouse, to say, and incredibly talented on the violin. And we are thrilled to have her back joining us again at Float. So if you want to check out her show, her performance, you want to be there at 7:30. Okay. Then at 8 o'clock, the rest of the event kicks off along with the fashion show and everything else. But you might be wondering right now, oh, and before we get too far, let's give a big round of applause to our friends at Gemar and Batalic for bringing opening night to life. Now, with that being said, what should you wear? To opening night, there are two things that are highly recommended. Either wear a costume with the opening night theme, which is outer space / aliens / Men in Black, anything related to outer space science fiction. You want to come as Star Trek characters. You want to come in Star Wars cosplay. Go for it. Okay. That's all welcome and all accepted. Okay. Don't want to do that? Then wear lots of orange. You don't have to go as far as these lovely people did, but orange is always in fashion at Float's opening night. So absolutely make sure that you are doing that. God love you, Dina. Dina just posted a link in both Facebook and Instagram for Mia's Instagram account. So thank you so much for that, Dina. God love you. You're so helpful to me. Thank you so much. So looking for it. And the pictures from opening night are always a blast. Always a blast. Can't wait for that. This year, we are hosting the Float Night Market on Monday night, January 26th, from 6:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. So we are switching. So the vendor showcase is not going to be open during the day on Monday. It's going to be open now at night. Okay. And with that being said, that theme is Pajama Party. So everyone is encouraged to come in your comfiest pajamas for Monday night at the vendor showcase. And this is where you're going to bring your plush animals. Now you get it? Perfect. Yes, you're going to bring your plushies when you're in your PJs to the night market. So thank you so much for that. Okay? Thank you, thank you, thank you. We're excited about that. So make sure you bring with you some cute, cuddly pajamas so that you can fit right in with everybody else. Okay? And then Wednesday night, the Designer Awards Gala, our tribute to our dear friend Tommy DeLorenzo, who we lost about a year ago. We want to thank our friends at Batalic, Gemar, Calisan, Highshine, and Pioneer Balloon for sponsoring the gala. And the team at Balloons by Tommy, who are going to be doing all the decor for the event as a tribute to their fallen leader, partner, friend, loved one, husband, all that. So we're excited to bring this to you. And with that being said, here's the attire for the gala. God, I sincerely apologize for all the abuse I've been doing to everyone's ears all night long. I'm still not used to having this microphone. And every time I reach over right-handed to play with Murphy, I'm killing you. I'm sorry. Okay. So, semi-formal attire is strongly recommended. Please don't be that guy who shows up in a t-shirt and shorts. You need to remember, Natasha, that ain't even close to funny. I adore you. That ain't funny. Remember, tonight is all about honoring those individuals who have worked their butts off to try to be designer of the year. Please don't come in a t-shirt and shorts. Please dress appropriately. Also, remember, you're going to have 1,000 people trying to take your picture. Well, not 1,000, but you're going to have hundreds of people trying to take your picture. Okay? You don't want to be the guy in a t-shirt and shorts. So semi-formal attire is strongly recommended. Formal attire is encouraged. By no means are you expected to wear it, but I'll be there in a tux. So look forward to that. And we do ask that everyone wear some element in their outfit that night of green in honor of Tommy. You don't have to go as far as Pia Guadalupe did. Well, this is so funny too, Pia, because it just realized you're in the first photo of this section and you're in the last photo of this section. Look at that, how you just get to be so incredibly stylish. There you go. Scott, leave me alone. I'm glad you're here, by the way, Scott, because I got some stuff coming up. So there we go. All right. Now, with that being said, let's talk about Aloft. For those of you that are newer to the Floativerse, Aloft is our streaming service, 24-hour streaming service that we offer through Float. It contains over 150 videos, classes, and podcast episodes that are exclusive to the program. They contain Float classes from years gone by. They include the old Airy Deco video line, and soon they'll feature a bunch of new classes. Both our monthly classes as well as Float 2026 classes will be uploaded there as well. So we're very excited to bring this to you. And this month we have a very, very special inclusion. This month's class is The Power of Press Releases, featuring the talents of our dear departed friend, Deborah Fellman. I went into great detail on this last week. I'll make it brief tonight. Before Deborah passed in 2018, she asked if I would find a way to pass on her. She was known for doing press releases, and she was very good at them, and people would testify over and over how this class changed their business. Through one series of events or another, it never happened. Now it's happening. So I'll be presenting the content, but this content is not mine. This content belongs to the memory of Deborah Fellman, and we are so thankful that she shared it with us before she passed away. The class is going to be taking place on December 23rd. That's at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, 3 p.m. Pacific Time, and whatever the hell time it is where you are. Aloft members will receive your invitation the day before. You'll get your invite on the day before. And then you'll join the class with us. If you're not a member of Aloft, shame on you. But you can still get access to this class. You can either join Aloft between now and then, or you can simply go to the Orange Store and pay $25 to take the class live with us on the 23rd. And remember, again, in honor of Deborah Fellman, we're not keeping any of the money from classes this time around that's sold for this. This is going exclusively to cancer research in honor of Deb's name. So if you would like to take this class and you're not a member of Aloft, if you are a member of Aloft and you just want to help contribute to the cause, you can also pay the $25. And the best part about paying the $25 is you do get a digital download of the class after it's over. Okay. So there's that. So I don't want to say I'm excited to bring this class to light because I know I'm going to get upset. But yeah. And like I said, we're going to have a couple special guests on the show too that knew Deb very well and going to share some thoughts and things about that. We have a very good question from Aiden over in it. I'm going to jump to this point right here. We have a great question from Aiden at High Float. Is there a theme or dress code for Friday night or Saturday night? No. The Friday night fun and the Saturday Club Latex karaoke party, just what you wear, what you show up in is fine. It's not. These are all pre-funk activities, so no, we don't have any dress code or anything like that. Okay, but thank you. Great, good question. Good question. Yes, Dina, Deb is very, very sweet, and we deeply miss her. So there we go, folks. There's still a lot to do behind the scenes over here, but we are so excited and so privileged to be bringing this event to you. And it means the world to me knowing that so many of you have put your trust in us with your investment in your business. And it is our goal to provide you with the absolute best return on that investment that you can get. From the bottom of my heart, thank you very much for being involved with Float 2026. Okay, let's get to our street level content. Today in the Float Facebook group, we have a group on Facebook, and every Sunday now we drop a survey question out there. Today's question was a bit selfish because I'm trying to figure out what to order for the convention as far as merch goes. So the question was, what kinds of merch are you most likely to buy when you're at a convention? We allowed people to submit multiple entries this time. Not surprising, really. The number one was the t-shirt. Right behind it was hoodies and jackets, but then right behind that was collector pins, which I thought was really, really telling. And event stickers. I was surprised by that too. So there you go. Not surprised that drinkware wasn't really in there. And I also wasn't really surprised that branded bags and things like that. We had for years, we had people going, we need a carry-on bag. You need to provide us with some kind of carry-on bag. And so we invested in these heavy duty like work bags and stuff, and nobody bought them. So you just never know. What are you doing? So thank you very much to everybody who took the time to respond to the survey. I want to give a big shout out that Float's on YouTube. Float at youtube.com/@thefloativerse. This video will be uploaded there after we're done tonight. It'll be downloaded and uploaded. I didn't get to, I know this sounds stupid. I should have done this. We didn't get to last week's. I never did it. So I'll upload both of them while I'm at it. Stacy Chase, coffee mugs. There will be Float coffee mugs. I actually, if you were at Fulcrum, you saw the Float coffee mugs. I actually ordered more of them. So we'll have them at Float. So there's the two-tone, the black on the outside, orange on the inside, that one. Yeah. So they will be there. Also want to remind everybody that Float recently joined TikTok at the Floativerse once again. Right now, there's only one video there. So there you go. But you get a chance to see who I was hanging out with that day. So there you go. And finally, the last part of our presentation tonight is the latest edition, the Float Wall of Awesome. At Float this year, we're going to have something called the Float Wall of Awesome, which is a balloon wall made up of nothing but positive affirmations about everything to do with the event. For example, since Leslie's out here, and I have no doubt in my mind that people are going to be raving about Leslie. So you could be like, oh my God, that little Poco Loco was amazing, right? Or you could be so blown away by the design work at opening night. Or you could have made a new friend. And you know what? I am so thankful that I met, Gail Globos, right? It doesn't matter what the affirmation is. You go to the reg desk and you tell them that I want to do the Wall of Awesome. And so they'll give you a card, you fill it out. And then a couple times during the day, the Float staff are going to mount these to the Wall of Awesome so that everybody can see all of these affirmations as they come along. Because again, so many of us hear and focus on the crap, right? It's important that we share with people the good things too. And sometimes it needs to be in people's faces. And so that's what the Wall of Awesome is about. Now, last week, the Wall of Awesome went out to our good buddy Ryan Farewell, who's our competition director, who was cleaning up a big mess that I put him in last week. So and Ryan just took it beautifully. Didn't gripe, didn't complain, didn't anything. Like, nope, I got you. I know what's going on. I got you. But this week we have a new addition to the Wall of Awesome. This is a gentleman that has not done anything specific. And that's not true. I mean, he does, but let me explain. There are certain people in my life that have been just there at the right time when I needed them. There's people that have been there when I am overwhelmed by something with different perspectives, different ideas, different whatever. And then in the middle of nowhere, I get a text message from this person with, "Oh my God, I got this idea for you." Boom. Or, "Oh my God, did you think about this?" Or, "Hey, I just took care of this for you so you don't have to do it." I can't tell you enough how much this means to me to have Scott Shortreed on our team with Float. Scott, thank you very much for being so amazing. Thank you for being my brother from another mother. And you're the best. Thank you. Really appreciate you. Thank you for being the guy that you are. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. And with that being said, what'd you do, dog? That'll do it for tonight's episode of the slideshow presentation of StepChat. So there we go. Let me stop sharing the screen. I believe that Murphy has now thrown both of his toys in locations where he can no longer reach them. And now he's crying because he wants me to go get them. Okay. So we had a couple questions. That I want to get. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm in the wrong place. I'm looking on Facebook and I need to do it here. We had a couple of questions. Laurel Schultz asked a great question. One of our competition team members, by the way. Would a handmade plush be okay? Absolutely. Absolutely. As long as it's done. I'm assuming you're talking about some kind of macrame or some kind of needlepoint or some, well, not needlepoint, I guess, but something handmade of that nature. Yes, that would be perfectly fine. Made with love and again, like if somebody bought something on Etsy, right? Same kind of a deal. We'd want that to be the same kind of thing. So there's that. So yes, by all means. So thank you for that. And I can't wait to see, I'm assuming you make it. I can't wait to see what you come up with. Then Nicole asked a great question. Where are all these bears going from Reno? Basically, we're shipping the bears back. The Shine for Isla people are here in the Seattle area. So we'll just be shipping them directly to the Shine for Isla people. Last year, we made a awful mistake of shipping the boxes here. We had our friends at Brody's, Lee and Alice, were kind enough to collect everything for us, and then they agreed to ship everything for us. And that was very, very nice of them. And they shipped it out on a skid for us and everything. But then the problem, of course, was that we now had 13 large boxes of bears sitting here, and it was here for months. And we finally had this. I finally had to reach out to the Shine for Isla people. I'm like, guys, if you don't come get them this week, I'm gonna have to go dump them to another charity. Like, I got to go take them somewhere else, because we were getting ready for Pride Month here in June, and this shop was going to be overflowing with balloons. I'm like, we got to get rid of these boxes. So thankfully, they were able to come out. I'm still curious where the two are going from Reno. Like I said, they're going to Seattle. The Shine for Isla campaign is here in Seattle. So there's that. Stacy's coffee mug comment. There we go. One of my favorite mugs. Good to know. Yes, it was great too. When I went to go visit my parents in Texas for Thanksgiving, my parents have the float mugs, and I was drinking out of it all week. I was very selfish. I kind of took it away from them. So there you go. I didn't take it away. I borrowed it. You know what I'm saying? There we go. Anyone looking for a roommate? Yes, we have a roommate chat on Facebook, but I know you've already posted there. Hey, look, 37 people. So yeah, there we go. So if there are any more last minute questions, please throw them out. Rebecca, if you're still here, Rebecca, hold on one second. Let's go look. So Rebecca asked a question earlier, and while I'm going to try to find the information for her, let's see if anybody else has a question they want to throw in the chat while I'm digging around here. Okay, so okay, there we go. Okay, got it. All right, now let's go back here. Sorry, guys, just kind of playing around. let me find her question so I can put it up on the screen so that everyone else can see it. We got to go way back on this. Rebecca Cross. We were talking about the cancellation policies. Rebecca said, does that apply to vendor booths also? So the vendor booth cancellation deadline was December 1st. So as of now, that's it. So if somebody cancels now, we'll switch them into digital status. So they'll still get credit as a digital sponsor and they'll still get some of the benefits that they would get, but refunds are gone. Technically we've been promoting some of these people for almost a year. So yeah, so there's that. But I had to look at it and because I couldn't remember exactly what the date was. So there we go. Jonathan, good to see you, sir. Jonathan, I was trying to find your question. I can't highlight it because it's on Instagram. Okay, I've got a couple questions from Instagram. One Muñeca. Is that, there you go. One doll. There you go. Is there a code to book a room? Again, you use the links that are in the emails that are sent to you from Float. Okay. Today, the e-blast that went out today is just a reminder about the call. There will be a formal email that goes out later this week, and it'll have the hotel link in it. But you can pull up any of the float notes from before. Float note number 10, which went out a couple days ago. Float notes number 9 went out a week before that. The link is there. You don't need a code. You just use the link in the email. Okay. Jonathan asked, basically just a refresh. So Sunday is orange, Monday is PJs, and Wednesday is green. What about Tuesday? There is no formal function on Tuesday. The only function on Tuesday night is the jam room is open that night, which is casual as always. And then there's a bowling tournament in the bowling alley there at the hotel for the educational sponsors, and that's comfortable as well. So there's no Tuesday night theme. We normally don't have a formal dress code for, I'm sorry, let me try that again. We normally don't have a formal event on Tuesday night. We try to leave Tuesday night open for the most part because the people that are getting ready for the gala like to have extra sets of hands available. So if that makes sense. So yeah, there's that. How busy is, okay, so this is a great question on Instagram. How busy is the 29th? Do you recommend people not to fly on that day, but the 30th? Okay, so we do have, for the first time ever this year, and thank you for bringing that up, we do have something called the after party. People were kind of, insist, like, we don't want it to end. We want it to keep going. So we do have something this year called the after party. The after party consists of a couple of different events. And then do me a favor, everybody. Don't let me forget that I need to make damn sure that I go back to this because I almost forgot it again. So if I don't say it, say, what will you we were supposed to remind you of something. Okay. All right. So it starts at 8 a.m. with the float feedback meeting where I host the feedback meeting from 8 to 9:30. From 10 o'clock to 1 o'clock, we have 2 master classes that day featuring Stacy Chase and Josh Dirks. So that's really good. Stacy's is about making money all year long with your business, different things you can do and promotions you can run and stuff all year long. And Josh is basically a massive social media masterclass. Josh, by the way, he is the owner of the oldest social media company in the United States. He has served as an advisor to some of the biggest names in tech. Legally, we can't say who, but his name rhymes with Schmuckerberg. And he's teaching the masterclass at Float. Then after that, we're going out for lunch. We're going to leave the building for a little bit and going out for lunch. And then in the afternoon, we're going to bring the jam room back for a little bit. There won't be any balloons provided. You'll have to have your own stuff, but we'll just kind of like create a flop zone. And then that night, we're doing a bowling tournament. Or not a tournament, sorry. We're just going to the bowling alley and having fun until the cows come home. So there's that. So yeah, that's what's going on this year. So I will also say that the Reno airport is kind of small. It's great in that regard. So in other words, you don't really need to, it's not super hard to get in and out of. It's actually very good. And I do want to share with everybody, I do want to share with all of you that there will be a float photo op for you at the airport when you arrive. So be sure to look out for that. It's going to be near the retail section. So as you leave the terminal, so there's two terminals, I think, but they combine into one exit. And then when you come out, you'll see some stores and stuff, and look for our display and take your selfie there. Okay, I'm getting a bunch of questions all over the place. This is great. It's raining balloons. It's driving me nuts because I know who you are, and I can't think of your name. I'm so sorry. Melody. Is it Melody? Is that right? I could be wrong, but what's the attire for Club Latex? We actually did cover this a little bit ago. It's casual, just whatever you want to wear. It's part of the pre-funk activities, so it's not super complicated. Scott's got a great question. Does the night market have refreshments? I don't know. I doubt it. There will be a bar. We will have a bar in there. I don't know about food, but there will definitely be a bar in the night market. Hey, 37 people. And there'll be a DJ, but no dance floor. It's not our intention to detract too much from the vending, right? So there's that. Okay. Okay, that's so funny. Melody's like, yes, I was on Facebook and now I'm on Instagram. Yes, that was it. Okay, so I was right. Yeah, I got you. All right. Bernice has a good question. Will there be any notes from the master classes on Sunday in the book? Okay. If you are referring to the general notebook provided to all attendees, no, because these are added value classes. But if I'm not mistaken, you signed up for the flotation pass. And if that's so, then you get those notes will be in the book that you get. So yes. So does that make sense? They won't be in the general book because these are added value classes, but they will be in the flotation pass folio. Okay, there's that. So hopefully that helps. Okay. And yes, 37. Thank you very much. Ariel, one of our fabulous instructors coming to float, asked a great question. What day will the photo op be ready? I'm assuming you talk about the one at the airport. The plan is to have that in place and ready to go by like 8 o'clock in the morning on Friday. We want it in place for people to start when they start arriving. I know that some people are getting it on Thursday. I can't. We got to get float ready before we set that up. Okay, so there's that. But that's a great question, so thank you. So there we go. General classes. Okay, do classes start on the 23rd? No. General classes. Okay, so let's talk very briefly. And remember, all of this is on the website, guys. All of this is on the schedule page of the website. Okay, so, and if you are registered for float, you'll be getting an updated schedule this week. Jenny, I can't wait to see you either. I adore you. I hope you're talking to me. That's all I got to say, but I adore you. I can't wait to see you as well. I'm assuming that means you got to go because it's 10:30 out there. Okay. So Friday, the 23rd, registration desk is open from 12 to 7. Friday, the 23rd is basically just people hanging out, and we do the float, the Friday night fun, which is, again, just a very casual hangout. People get to know each other. There'll be some fun games. There's cornhole. There'll be some music. It's all kind of a thing. Then on Saturday, oh, and I'm sorry, I forgot one thing on Friday. The sculpture competition takes place on Friday. However, it is not open to the public. You cannot just go hang out and watch them build the sculpture competition. This is a very important thing. It's a very tight thing, so it's under lock and key. So no, you can't go in while it's happening. On Saturday, we've got the entrance decor competition and we got the column design competition. And yes, both of those are under lock and key. So you can't go in there. But there is something you'll be able to do. And I haven't talked about this yet. But you know how we have a fashion show on Sunday night as part of opening night? Well, it just so happens that on Saturday afternoon, our sponsored dressmakers are going to be spending a little time in the public area working on their dresses. So you'll get a chance to actually see them working on the outfits before they present them. Haven't told them all this yet, but it's happening. So yeah, we really wanted to create something this time that provided a little bit of educational value as well as entertainment value. So there's that. So that'll be on Saturday. I got to update the schedule with that part of it, though. There's also 2 master classes on Saturday. Alessandro Patagne's Fantasy Fairies class and De Lunes' Organic Cheat Code class. Those are added fees. Those are extra classes, so you have to pay extra to take those. And then Saturday night will be Club Latex, the karaoke party and dance party. 8 to 10 p.m. is family friendly. 10 p.m. after that is no. No, Dina, I've not yet, but thank you for that. I appreciate it. Then on Sunday, a lot's going on. We got master classes in the morning with Edward Munoz and with Brianna Silvio. The vendor showcase opens at 11 o'clock for everybody, unless you're a flotation pass holder or an Aloft member, and then you get in at 9. The Fulcrum panels are, I think, 12:30 to 2. There's another set of master classes in the afternoon with our friends Jason Sakota and Adrian Winfrey, who pound for pound, I think, is the best balloon artist in this world, or in the country, doing a combination of latex and foils. I can't wait for this class. And then that night, we got the opening night event with Mia Asano performing. You've got we'll be announcing the Floaty Award winners that night. We'll also be doing the fashion show, and then when that's all done, then you get to go in and look at all the sculptures and all the competition pieces. So yay. Then on Monday, we got general classes all day. On Tuesday, we got general classes all day. Oh, sorry, Monday night is the night market. Then on Tuesday, we've got classes all day, and then the bowling tournament that night, along with some other fun stuff. Then Wednesday, classes until noon. And then the orange carpet starts at like 5:30 for VIPs and that kind of thing on. And there you go. So very excited. Very, 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 very excited stuff. Julia, I already have my classes chosen, my ticket bought, and the person I was going to share a room with canceled on me. Shame on them. We can both scold them. Is anyone looking to share a room? Yes. 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 Go to the Julia, you're in the float group. Boom Balloon, are you still here on Instagram? Hold on. Boomballoon.ca is looking for a roommate, actively looking for a roommate. She's from Canada, and she definitely wants a roommate, Julia. She was on. So yeah, let's see if we can get you guys together, please. So there we go. Let's get you guys caught up. So there we have it. Okay. So thank you for bringing that up. Okay. I'm nervous. I'm stressed. The next 24 to 36 hours are going to be very emotional because of the deadlines and things that are coming up, but it is truly my honor to do this event. It really is. To know that so many of you have put your faith in us to help your businesses, it means so much to me. It is an incredible compliment that you pay me by putting your faith in me. We are going to do everything we possibly can to make this the best event it can be for you. And I can't thank you enough. Julia, Boom Balloon is on Instagram right now. She's out there waving like, I'm here. Yes. So there we go. So we may have just made a connection for both of you right now, because I know she's been looking for a couple of weeks for a roommate. So there you go. And I tell you what, if you guys don't connect, let me know and I'll connect you. Okay. Here we go. Jessica Booker, it's my first and we're so excited. We are competing as well. Fantastic. Very good. Jessica Booker, Balloon Club Co. Is that right? Am I right? Is that you? I think that's you. You and your partner, is it Day? If I remember right. That's the great thing about making the badges. It's like, that's cool. Now, Dina reminded me. Dina reminded me. Dina reminded me. Um, a couple weeks ago, we made a very difficult decision. Hey, the Brianna Silvio's out there, one of our fabulous masterclass and foundation class instructors, and a former Wall of Awesome member. Thank you, Brianna. Thank you for being here. Um, and Julia just jumped in the chat on Instagram. Boom balloon. So there you go. And thank you for the kind words. Thank you very much for that as well. Yes, there we go. Yep, I got it. Yep, I got it. Okay. A couple weeks ago, I had to make a very difficult decision. I had to cancel the Float Network. For those of you unfamiliar, we would do a lot of live shows on Facebook, and we had to kill some stuff. And I decided at that point that pretty much the only person that was going to be broadcasting live from this point forward is myself, because I can't get mad at me if I say something stupid. Well, I can, but it's one thing for you to say something stupid and then have to own it. It's another when someone else does it and makes you look bad and everybody's screaming and yelling at you because of something they said. But one of the side effects of losing the network was losing our Tuesday night Kicking Back with Lisa Mack. For those of you unfamiliar, Lisa McIntyre would host a weekly virtual happy hour. And with the destruction of the Float Network, that show was also canceled. But with as close as we are to Float, and with everything that is happening, a lot of new people have expressed the fact that they wish they could get a chance to meet some people before they get to Float. So I am thrilled to share with all of you that Lisa will be back this Tuesday. Now, it's not going to be the same thing. It's still going to be the Zoom aspect, but it's not going to be live streamed anymore. We just can't. So basically, it's just going to be a group call. Okay. So for those of you who want to meet some new people and everything else, this is going to be a great way to do it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a commitment right now. I'm going to make a commitment right now to make sure that your next e-blast is out on Tuesday, so you all can have the information you need to be part of that call on Tuesday night. Okay, so there's that. So we want to thank Lisa very much. I would love to have her talk about it right now, but Lisa is actually on her flight home. So she was flown out to Texas to do some work out there, and now she's heading back. So yeah, there we go. So there's that. Jose over on Instagram asked a question: how many students are currently at Float 2026? It depends on how you define. Well, I mean, it's hard to gauge. Right now we got about 650 coming, but that's total. But then, how do you define a student? Because there's a lot of people that are coming as vendors who are also taking classes. There's members of my crew that are taking classes. There's teachers going to be taking classes. So, but overall, about 650 attendees so far. We are. Oh, okay. I was like, what the hell is Kicking Back with Lisa Mack? There we go. So yeah, there we go. So yeah, about 650. Hasn't really changed much in the last couple weeks. But then again, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised because it is almost Christmas. And so a lot of people right now are not spending money on themselves. They've got kids to take care of. They've got family to take care of. They've got obligations, whatever. So my suspicion is we're going to see a trickle between now and Christmas, and then we'll probably see a big blast after, right around New Year's. The problem we're going to run into though is most people are going to be like flush with cash after New Year's Eve, but the deadlines end on the 2nd. This was not a strategic thing. This was not intentional. This was not like screw you, ha ha ha. But we got to make these cutoffs at some point. So yeah. So it's like I said, I'm not surprised right now that we're not seeing a ton of people registering because it's a couple weeks. It's what? How many days until Christmas? 11? Oh God, 11. Jeez. So there you go. So yeah, there we go. Our last convention had 930. It was also in March, and we're now wondering how much of an impact that had on attendance versus January. But I also know for a fact that this year, the vast majority of people that I've been speaking to are having a down year. And so when a business has a down year, a lot of luxury things get cut out. I personally, balloon designers, we're actually on the verge of having our second best year ever, which is surprising, and pleasantly so. But yeah, we're on the verge of, we're about 13 grand shy of our second best year ever, not our first. And we're not going to reach the first. But we're definitely within, and in fact, we have one New Year's Eve event that's committed, and the check will be waiting for us when we do the job. Between that check and other money that we have coming in still that we haven't been paid yet from customers, we've already got it. So even if we don't do another new job between now and New Year's Eve, we're going to pass and have our second best year ever. But it's my understanding that a lot of people are not having that kind of a year. And I'm not saying this to rub it in. I'm just kind of ranting about my day-to-day stuff. So again, when people have that experience, that's a thing. I can also tell you that we have definitely seen it's not important. There's other reasons why it's happening. There's other reasons why our numbers are down. But again, it's still a good number. It's still bigger than anything else out there. And considering the fact that in the last year, multiple events have either folded or seen humongous decreases in attendance, I feel pretty good about it. The fact that we're still putting, and I think by the time it's all done, we're probably going to have about 750 to 800. That's my prediction. I could be wrong. I'd be thrilled with 800 at this point. We really were hoping that we'd be looking at more like 1,000 to 1,200. That's not going to happen. The only way that something like that's going to happen now is if we turn around and offer some kind of fire sale, and that's not fair to all the people that paid over $700 to attend. That's just not right. You can't turn around and say, okay, everybody, we're going to offer $600 float when all these people have paid $700 and almost $800 to come. So Tabitha, we're up 25% this year. That's fantastic. That's very good. We're not up that much, but we're definitely up. We're definitely double figure up. So happy about that. Good for you. Tabitha, by the way, is one of our fabulous instructors coming to float. See, that's why you're going to be there. Learn from somebody who's having a 25% up year. There you go. Okay, folks, that'll do it. I have a dog that really wants to go home, and I got a belly that's growling because I haven't had dinner yet. So thank you all very much for being here. Again, I am so pleased to be bringing this event to you, and I'm so thrilled that you've decided to join me on this path. And can't wait to see you all. Can't wait to see you all. 42 days to go. Folks, thank you all very much. Have a great night. We'll talk soon.